Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to another episode of my weekly gaming playlist series. It's Friday, so it's time to talk about the games I've been playing this week, give you guys my opinions on the games, my thoughts, whether I think you guys should check them out or not. Of course, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts as well. If you've played any of the games I shared with you today, let me know. I'd love to also hear about the games you guys are playing, as that gives me ideas of new games to play and experience. And I'm always looking for recommendations of games you think I might enjoy. I'll add them to my list of games, which is quite large now. I've actually been picking up some of the games from your guys' recommendations that I don't have to add to my list that I would like to play this year. So we'll get started here now. This week I only have one game to share with you guys, and it's a new game that I haven't even played this year at all. I did not do a lot of gaming this week as I've been putting a little bit of overtime into work. I also have been feeling kind of under the weather, so from Tuesday through Thursday, I really didn't feel very well, so I didn't do a whole lot of gaming, just kind of lay down and relax, feeling a lot better today, which is great here on Friday, so I'm definitely going to try to get into more gaming here next week. But the one game that I've been playing is one that I got back in March of last year, and actually stopped playing in April because I looked up the last time I played it. And I'm really glad I started playing it again, because this is a game that I do love and I want to beat it. And that is Like a Dragon Ishin. This is on the Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Really awesome game in the Yakuza series. However, in Japan, the series is known as Like a Dragon. And the studio decided to finally drop the Yakuza name and go with the Japanese name Like a Dragon, and so now all the games in the series are doing that. Now what's interesting about this title is that this is actually an old PlayStation 3 exclusive that was never released outside of Japan, and they finally decided to release it in other territories, and it came out in North America last year for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and the PC, and it got a new upgrade. They added content to it and did all kinds of stuff with the character models, and we finally got a chance to experience it because there were some games released over there that never got localized in America. So it's really cool to get this little spin-off series, because this takes place in the past, a prequel to all of the other games in the Yakuza / Like a Dragon series, and it takes place in the 1860s, so during the samurai period, which I really love samurais and ancient Japan and stuff, and that's where this game takes place. And there's a lot of historically accurate stuff. The main character is actually a real person, and some of the events in the game actually happened to him, which is really cool. And in the story wise, this guy is actually an ancestor of Kazuma Kiryu, and they use Kazuma Kiryu's character model for him, and they took a lot of other character models of people who were popular in the Yakuza series, and they play as other characters in this game, so you'll see familiar faces as you play through. Really cool game though. So it says, draw your blade and join the revolution. Take up the sword of Sakamoto Ryoma, which is who you play as, in his search for justice, and take part in a battle that will bring an end to the samurai era and forever change the future of Japan. Go wild with your 4 gun and sword combat styles, and take down your enemies with legendary battle moves. So, classic Yakuza series. You can run around in the open areas and go through the main stories and side missions and stuff. Just a really good game. So if you've liked the other Yakuza games and you never played this one, I definitely recommend it. So let's check it out. Hey guys, today we're checking out some Like a Dragon Ishin. I had first started playing this game last year in March when it came out, and the last time I played it was actually in April. I can't believe it's been that long. It's a really awesome game, and I decided, let's pop in something I haven't played in a while, and this one came to mind, so I got it. Now what's interesting about this game is that this is actually a spin-off to the main Like a Dragon series / Yakuza series, because here in America we know the series as the Yakuza series, but they decided a few years ago to drop the Yakuza name and go with the Japanese name there. The series has always been known as Like a Dragon, and so they decided to finally do that for the rest of the world. So this series is now going to be known as Like a Dragon. Well, this Like a Dragon Ishin game used to be exclusive to Japan. It was released on PlayStation 3 and it never got localized or released anywhere else in the world. Back, I think it was like 2012 or so when it came out. But last year they decided to re-release it with updated graphics for modern consoles, so you can get it on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series consoles. And we finally get a chance to play this spin-off series, which takes place in the past during the samurai period in Japan. So you get to play as a samurai, which is really cool. So you play as Sakamoto Ryoma and his search for justice to take part in a battle that will bring an end to the samurai era and forever change the future of Japan. And I've been a huge fan of the Like a Dragon series / Yakuza series when it was called that, back when they released them back on the PlayStation 2. And I was really excited for this game because I love the Yakuza series and I love these games. And I never got a chance to play one of these before in an ancient Japan setting, which is really awesome. Also has downloadable content for it as well. You can buy the digital deluxe upgrade, which gives you some extra costumes and weapons and crafting and stuff, which is pretty cool. I've been playing the game for a little over 12 hours between last year and this year, and I'm currently on chapter 3. It's a really awesome game. I definitely recommend you guys check out. So let's get started here. Now, this outfit obviously is not time period appropriate, but because I have the digital deluxe upgrade, I actually get Kazuma Kiryu's outfit from the Yakuza series to use in this game, as it was one of the bonuses for having the digital deluxe upgrade. Now, what's also interesting is they use the character models from the Like a Dragon / Yakuza series and made him different characters. So in this game, he's not Kiryu. They just use the same character models and stuff, and they did that for a lot of the different characters in the game, which is pretty cool. A lot of great stuff to do. If you guys have played these games before, you know you have your main story to go through, but you have a lot of side stuff to do as well. You have your giant open area maps, because it's sort of like an open world game, but there's open world areas where you can go around and do whatever you want. You can visit shops and buy things to eat and drink. You can go gambling in gambling parlors, and you can participate in karaoke even in this game, which is pretty interesting. And just all kinds of cool little mini games and stuff that you can do in these games. You got your inventory system here. You can keep track of the different health items and different stuff that you have. Your equipment, where you can equip different weapons. There's guns in the game as well, which is cool. And you have equipment gear that you can get to make your character stronger. You have various abilities here to keep track of, where you earn as you play through and level up, which I'm currently level 27. And then you have these different fighting styles. Like there's a brawler style where you fight with your fist. There's one where you fight with a sword and a pistol. There's one where you fight just with a pistol, and there's one you fight with just a sword. And you can change your different fighting styles on the fly. And as you play through, you level up, you can actually unlock different upgrades for these different moves. It'll tell you what things you can unlock, different attacks. You can sometimes get more health, get more armor. It's really awesome as you play through. You know, you level up and get experience. There's letters you can find. There's your diligence records, which keeps track of your progress of going through the main game. But there's also this another life mode, which you get to do like farming and things like that. Your friendships, because you can encounter different characters in the world, which you can then become friends with. This keeps track of all the side missions, and I currently have 15% of all the side missions. What's really cool is there's different side missions in different chapters that you can encounter. And sometimes you encounter them just by running around. Now, you can always just go through and burn through the story, but what I like to do is play through a little bit of the story, then go through and do all the side stuff, and then when that's all done, then I'll continue with the main story, and I like doing that in these kind of games. You have your completion list that keeps track of all the stuff that you're working towards for the different collectible stuff and things to do. So just for people who like to be completionists, have your little archives, your notebook, there's a photo mode, and then where you can save and stuff. And just like in other previous games in Like a Dragon series, you know, you can run around and get into random battles with enemies, but you can also encounter random encounters with side stories and stuff, which is cool. Now, what I love about this game is it's really bloody and violent. I turned the gore up real high on it. And then you can do these heat moves when you get your heat gauge up, and he does these super special combo attacks, which are really devastating to enemies. And they also will randomly drop stuff as well, which is cool. But I always find it cool that, like, you do all these, it's interesting, you do all these attacks and get them all bloody and stab them and shoot them, and then they're not hurt at the end of the battle, so nobody actually dies in these battles, which is a staple of this series. But I just think it's pretty cool. You stab guys and shoot them, and then they're like, okay. And you do encounter a lot of random battles, but that's just what part of this game is. Like, you know, typical RPGs where you run into random battles and stuff. You know, like I can switch to another style and throw it with just like. And so you will have to change fighting styles depending on the type of enemies you're fighting, and sometimes you have to change them mid-battle, especially when you get into boss encounters and stuff. And so sometimes I'll just run around and just get into random battles so that I can get leveled up, and you'll find random stuff on the streets as well. You can also upgrade your weapons, and there's crafting and things, there's fishing minigame. It's just a really cool game. And then here's how you just encounter random little sub-stories, so a side mission here. Sounds like she's hurt. Are you alright? Oh, I'm fine. Get to be as old as I am and life starts throwing all sorts of obstacles your way. I appreciate your concern, though. My house is just up the road, so I'll get myself there eventually. So now we just started the side mission, the injured grandma. She shouldn't push herself. Her place isn't too far for him, so maybe I'll help her get home. And so you can decide if you want to do the side mission or just ignore her. Which will take her home. Your house is up the road, I'll get you there. That's very thoughtful of you. But are you sure? Yeah. No way I could live with myself if for some reason you fell and got stuck out here. Ho 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 then. Pardon my asking, but if you could please. Thank you. Phew, made it. I can't thank you enough for all your help. Please, why don't you help yourself to a little break as thanks? Alright, that's kind of you. Thank you. Your legs still hurt, huh? Don't push yourself too hard. Haha. Push or not, I've got to go out if I want to keep living. You mean you live here alone? That's right. My husband passed away some time ago. My children have also left the nest, as it were, so I'm all by myself. I can do most things on my own, thankfully, but I guess my legs here have started to wear themselves out. Shopping's harder these days, it seems. Oh, where are my manners? I'm sure you're busy, and here I am talking your ear off. No, not at all. The tea was wonderful. It was nice to have someone to talk to after all this time alone. You're welcome to stop by for tea again if you get the chance. So now it's telling you I just formed a bond with this injured grandma, and now I can periodically check on her, and it'll increase how much she likes and cares about you. And then when you get that affinity all the way up to the max, sometimes they will give you an item or stuff. So it's really cool, just random things you can run into in the world. And little missions and stuff. There's a lot to this game. It can keep you busy for a ton of hours. Of course, if you want to do everything, you can just go run through the story stuff. But I like to just do as much as I can in this game. And I definitely think you guys should check out Like a Dragon Ishin. Just giving you guys a little taste of the game. It's a really fun game that I love. And if you guys like the series and you've never had a chance to play this one, it's really cool being able to play a Like a Dragon game set in a samurai period. Very awesome game. Alright friends, I hope you enjoyed that look there at the Like a Dragon Ishin. Really awesome game. If you've loved the previous Yakuza games, you definitely will feel right at home with this game. The great thing is you don't have to worry story-wise or anything. You can play this one without playing any of the previous games. But it does help that if you play the previous games, you understand how these games work. And, you know, it's filled with all the extra mini games and the silly characters you run into, which is, I just love. It's just the charm of these games. It's just the unique characters that you run into, the amazing voice actors. You know, I love that the game is voiced in Japanese with English dubs. You know, just it gets you in the mood, you know, setting for being in a Japanese cities. And just being in the samurai era, you know, just feels right having proper Japanese voice actors for it. Just would feel weird with American voice actors. You know, I'm just glad that it is in Japanese because it truly gets that authentic experience when you play it. So I highly recommend you guys check out this game. Like I said, you can get it on the PS4 as well, or the PlayStation 5. You can get on the PC, but it's definitely one I recommend you pick up. This came out, like I said, back in March, so it's a fairly decently priced, cheap title. I think it goes new for like 30, but I've seen copies between like 10 and 30 bucks. Definitely one that's worth picking up if you're a fan of the Yakuza series, which is now known as the Like a Dragon series. There is a new one that's coming out that takes place in Hawaii, and I'm looking forward to picking up that one. I think it comes out on the 26th or 27th of this month. And then sadly, there's another new one coming out, Like a Dragon game, but it's going to be digital only so far, which is really sucks. So I probably won't be getting that one, even though I would love to. You know, I just can't support the digital only games. But if that one ever does get a physical release, or maybe it might get an international release, like maybe it'll get a European one or something, maybe I can import a copy because all the Xbox and PlayStation consoles now are region free. So if that happens, I'll pick it up. But I definitely think you guys should add this to your collection. If you're a fan of the Yakuza series and you love samurais and you love that time period, highly recommend this. It's got a great story, great characters. There's just so much to do. There's all the silly content that is the Yakuza series is known for. Just a really great game that I think you guys should check out. So if you guys have played the game, let me know. I'd also love to hear about the games you guys are currently playing. And if you have a recommendation on a game you think I might enjoy, let me know. I want you guys to take care, have a great day, and sleepy. We'll see you guys next time.